All right. Testing, testing. I hope you can hear me. Let's see how this goes. All right. Hello, everybody. And welcome to a nondescript version of Power Surge Band. I kind of fell asleep, I'll be honest. Just came back home from the gym, and in doing so, it was deadlift days today, so I was just exhausted. Had dinner, kind of took a nap a little too long. I had a schedule of probably playing Mario Galaxy today and probably finish that game to completion, and I had to abandon it. Lo and behold, the reason why is the master of Ninja Gaiden Black, Ninja Gaiden 2, Dead or Alive, the fighting game franchise, Tomonobu Itagaki-san of Team Ninja, the guy who started Team Ninja, passed away unfortunately earlier today, and at the age of 58. Quite a young man. One of a man of very interesting quality and abilities. And again, 58, way too young. He was fighting some undisclosed disease and basically passed away. And a message was posted. So, yeah. A lot of people in shock. A lot of people probably gonna end up playing Ninja Gaiden games. Turns out 4 days before the launch of Ninja Gaiden 4, which he has nothing to do with, by the way. He has absolutely nothing. He only had a hand in about 4 Dead or Alive games and Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2. He departed Team Ninja during the production of Ninja Gaiden 2, if I'm not mistaken, due to personal and work-related differences, which I'll get into today in the stream. Definitely gone way before his time, and honestly, one of my favorite Japanese game developers, just game developers in general.
Dragon blade, a legendary sword, said to have been carved out of the bones of a black dragon. It brought plague and death to the world during the age of ancient myth. It has been sealed by those of the dragon lineage since the dawn of history because of its incredible capacity for evil, made possible by the souls of the vanquished black dragons that dwell within it. It is said that if the blade seal were to be broken, it would gather the hatred and evil of mankind and confer it upon the one who wields it, transforming him into the devil incarnate. However, not even those of the dragon lineage who protect it know the true extent of its power. The dragon sword, another weapon protected by the dragon lineage since ancient times. This sword, which is said to have been used by ancient warriors to slay the black dragons, is now handed down from generation to generation in the Hayabusa Ninja clan, the modern descendants of the dragon lineage. And now, the dragon dragon sword is gripped firmly in the hands of young ninja Ryu Hayabusa.
And what an intro. Of course, massive amounts of loading here. Basically, this was the first rebooting of the Ninja Gaiden series. Before this, basically, Ninja Gaiden was just a 2D NES game. Quite hard, quite difficult. And Tomonobu Itagaki-san started Team Ninja and immediately took upon themselves to create a newer Ninja Gaiden series in 3D and heavily preferred putting the game on the Xbox because it was at the time the most powerful console, and Microsoft kind of wooed him in with power and capabilities, and he decided that's it. He's going to put this on the Xbox. Previously, Dead or Alive 2, one of his biggest successes in gaming was started on the PlayStation. So, with that little bit of history in mind, let's begin, shall we? I'm playing the Xbox version of Ninja Gaiden Black. This was a lot of DLCs later. So basically, there were DLCs called the Hurricane Pack, Volume 1 and 2. And basically, these versions of the game are said to have been a very preferred version of Ninja Gaiden. Definitively, this is the best version of the first Ninja Gaiden. Ultimately, there are other versions. Sigma is the version that most people are familiar with. It's out on PlayStation and Xbox, and I think it's playable on PS4. But this version is extremely perfected and rare. Of course, these games are known for their immense difficulty curve, and as such, this is why I'm playing. I loved Itagaki-san a lot. It's probably one of my favorite developers, as I've already said. So I don't know. I had this whole week planned for Ninja Week here at Power Star Japan, and fortunately, I don't think I can wait to begin that. I think now is the time to just start it already. And I don't really care if people are watching or not. This is just one of my favorite games by one of my favorite developers. I remember playing these games because they were just exceedingly difficult, and I was being told near impossible to beat. I don't have much to say when I play these kinds of games. I absolutely just get immersed. They're really difficult, and I just adore them. The cool aspects of these games is as the difficulty raises, things around in the game changes. So in higher difficulties, the ninjas you see are different, way different. And of course, a lot of people can critique the style of gameplay this game was notoriously known for, meaning like you can pretty much get away with charge combos a lot. There you go. Camera system wasn't as great. But these games were just something special. There's a lot of developers, when they moved to Japan, I just imagine seeing one day Miyamoto-san being Shigeru Miyamoto of Nintendo, but at the top of that list, not even joking, was Tomonobu Itagaki. It's unfortunate, from what I understand, he was battling disease. And unfortunately, yeah. So I'm here just to enjoy those games for what they are. Especially this one in particular, Ninja Gaiden Black. Oh, he just attacked me. There you go. That's what we're talking I think with the old games you can't use any of those elixirs and stuff right off the bat. Pun intended. first saw these games, thanks to a friend, I was just floored at how impressive the 3D modeling was, how fluid this game felt, and quite jealous that nothing on GameCube would come this close to looking so crisp, so amazing. Remember my words where I wish they made Zelda this fast, this furious. Of course, ultimately, it turns out, Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess and so on, far more deep games. But in terms of the genre, this is the first time that an action game of this caliber just wowed me. I was just stunned. And ever since then, I've been a huge fan. Yeah. I guess I might as well say it because I have the floor for it. Itagaki-san ended up leaving Team Ninja because he felt he could no longer maintain his posture as a leader. He was involved in scandal at work and ultimately basically despite the complexities of the situation, he felt as a leader he let his team down. Though it should be noted that the individual he was ultimately found not guilty of what he was accused of, which was again not a lot of people end up understanding or knowing about that. So that person, regardless, was appointed by the court to apologize, but ultimately the scandal itself became more of a conversation, and he said that he was going to depart. Unfortunately, the team had to continue without him, and franchise that basically made him who he is, he had to leave behind. On to the interesting parts of Itagaki-san's life, stuff that I appreciate, I really, really respect. Why I liked him was he was the first, and I mean absolute first, rock star game developer of Japan. I think a lot of us are familiar with Hideo Kamiya of Devil May Cry and Resident Evil fame. But Itagaki-san was just on another level. He had a lot of feuds with a lot of game devs, and he was not shy about it. And that's one of my favorite aspects about it. In fact, Harada-san of Tekken posted a long conversation about how he and Itagaki-san had a long standing feud. And basically it ended in 2007, in which Itagaki-san ended up messaging him saying, "Hey, let's go drinking. Let's make a lot of noise." He called Tsuhiro Harada of Tekken fame a comrade in arms. But before that, basically, Tekken was like the premier fighting game, and Dead or Alive was considered more or less not up to snuff. It had great mechanics, but it was more about TNA. Basically, the characters are a lot of voluptuous women and cool ninja characters, and some aspects of fighting game fans never looked at it too seriously, even though it does have deep enough mechanics to stand on its own. And if I could be fair, it feels closer to Virtua Fighter, but in a different way. Tekken feels closer to Virtua Fighter 2, but Dead or Alive was definitely almost like a different branch off. And Katsura Harada and Itagaki had like beef back and forth, but it culminated with one of my favorite moments where on OneUp.com they interviewed him and they asked him of his top 5 games that he enjoys, and Pikmin was number 1, Ocarina of Time, Dragon Quest 2, Something Image, another game, and Chibi Robo was in there. And for 5 games that he absolutely hated, he said Tekken, Tekken 2, 3, 4, and 5. He always wore sunglasses, despite having quite possibly one of the most luminous eyes
I see you have made it this
I've ever seen of any developer. Yeah. This is quite possibly one of the hardest bosses in gaming history that you'll face right in the beginning. Mirai. No joke, this is one of the hardest bosses that you face right in the beginning of a game. And that was his style. His style was like, games are supposed to be difficult. He was quoted as saying, challenge makes the man. Somebody asked him, what do you think of like the Dynasty Warrior games, like Muso games? And he's like, as a man, I don't feel satisfaction in beating up weak opponents. I would rather have like a challenging opponent. One of the cooler things he did when there was online ranking with the Xbox, he waited to see if he can basically the bottom 10 people on the board in the world, he sent t-shirts to. T-shirts that said Ninja Dog on it, because that's the easy mode in Ninja Gaiden. Once you succumb to dying a lot, you get this easy mode that's unlocked called Ninja Dog. Basically, it's a humiliating way where Ayane of Dead or Alive comes in and she's like, "You're Ninja Dog now." She doesn't call it. Master Ryu is losing his position, and basically, yeah. Itagaki was like, you know, if that's how some people beat this game, that's fine. Hey! Rising Sun, rest in peace to the real one. Was great talking about him today and getting to know more. Same here. I was asleep.
Your father is still in the sacred
It was a very intense day. I know you had an intense day too.
He trusted me with the sword while he continues his training. He never seems satisfied with the power he wields.
Someday you will come to understand the pursuit of power. Perhaps beginning with your training here. And what of the sister blade, the Dark Dragon? Has he
This
left you in charge
character
of
is
protecting
based
it as
on
well?
Christopher Lambert from Kung Fu: The Legend
It
Continues.
remains in the village under the protection of my father's clan. They will ensure that the sword remains untouched. Its dark power sealed.
It is a shame that such a sword must go untouched, such power unused. Alas, I am not of the dragon lineage. The sword is not of my concern.
Again, he was known for basically creating Dead or Alive, the fighting game,
The Hayabusa village.
and creating these really voluptuous, beautiful characters and putting them into basically creating the whole universe of Dead or Alive, and then incorporating Ninja Gaiden as part of that. Absolutely legend. And this is absolutely one of the hardest games out there. Period. Like this game on Xbox, back when I had one, borrowed one. I played this on the hardest difficulty, and because he said that 0.1% of all gamers will ever be able to finish it, and I don't remember where I ranked was like somewhere in the 100,000s. But I was very proud of myself for finishing what I assumed was one of the hardest games of the time. So, anyways, one of the funnier moments in terms of levity and joy were basically the Dead or Alive games had like all these beautiful characters and voluptuous characters, and he was a master about that. And I remember a video game magazine Aw, thanks. I mean, it's one of the funnier moments in this game is like you realize that this whole intro level was just a training at his facility, meaning all the ninjas you killed, they were just like, it was just all part of the training. It's that hardcore game. Speaking of which, he was probably one of the only people I know of that used the title hardcore for his game. Dead or Alive 2 Hardcore was one of the premier fighting games out there. Where basically jiggle physics, you can look that up what that means, were tied to the age rating. So the game asked you your age. If you put in 99, the jiggle physics were way out there. You know, he basically created, how shall I phrase it, cheesecake characters in video games and popularized them. The whole Dead or Alive cast, Kasumi, Ayane, you know, Christy, and it's all him. And I remember somebody asked, I think from 1UP or IGN, basically, what do you feel about Dead or Alive games? Like, there's mods now of your games to have them quote-unquote nude. And because you can't have that kind of stuff in these games, you just have them in like bikinis and stuff. And his response to all the sexist looking character designs was like, please do not download those kind of mods. That's horrible. You know, you would think the guy would be like, oh yeah, you know, fighting game where my characters are in bikinis and stuff. Yeah, that's great. He was like, these girls are like my daughters. And so he was like, people could never understand why, in a time, an early age where people would question the character designs and deem them quite sexist. He just refuted back by saying, no, I think of these characters as my daughters. You know, I don't think of them in that way, in that light. So I always found that hilarious, endearing and hilarious. These games are so hard, I can't even tell you. So the mechanic, sorry. Yeah, the mod thing's really wholesome. So he basically, even though he had these characters in like bikinis and stuff, and it was like all tongue-in-cheek and TNA stuff, you know, Tina Armstrong is like a wrestler, and Father's a wrestler based on Macho Man Randy Savage, and all this stuff. He was just gravely offended, and he didn't want. Basically, he just kept his characters the way he wanted to keep them, and he refused any allegations that his characters were sexist by saying, no, this is basically, these are my games. I love them. Is this game perfect? No. However, it is the definitive version, I think. Oh, I just did it. So that's basically, that's auto in the newer games, but in the classic you have to tap to run on water. Is it kind of hard? Is it hard going from 2 to black? Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Because this is on normal, and I think one of the harder things about this game is black, and especially 2, is more free-flowing. The combat is a little more liberating. You get more moves right in the beginning. Whereas this game, they give you some of the key moves that make up the Ninja Gaiden identity much later. Like, by that I mean there's a very infamous, or famous, the way I want to slice it, a move called Flying Swallow. Basically, you just jump straight into the enemy, and it has a very high critical rate of lopping their noggin off. And that move is hidden behind quite a difficult journey. And in 2, right off the bat, you get that. But what makes Black so perfect compared to Sigma and the other games is just the difficulty. And sort of like reaching the balance in this first game. So there was a time even in this game where basically in Ninja Gaiden 1, this one, where you could parry fireballs. And so it was part of the Hurricane Pack. I remember it was like one of the first moments of DLC that was just amazing. And again, for free, all this stuff was amazing. And then they ended up adjusting and balance testing these things. And you get stuff like this, like the Lunar, the weapon, much earlier. It is... I prefer 2. I think 2 is amazing. However, 2 Black I think is a great game. A lot of people are gonna say 2 Black is not Itagaki's game.
Samurai, clad in black armor, master. You do not attempt to fight it.
She's okay. Samurai in black armor. 2 is ultimately basically what he was known for. Was he play tested his games very thoroughly, very thoroughly, and what he created this thing called sticky friction, which is what we now love and know. I guess I'll get this stuff. Oh yeah, this is a joke weapon. there's stuff like this. Like you have to buy arrows at a time, and you don't have unlimited arrows. And I think I missed something back here. There you go. Elixir of the Devil's Way or something. Yeah. Ultimately, what he designed is this combination which he deems sticky friction, where unless you play Ninja Gaiden, you can't understand what it means. Basically, it's the words sticky and friction match up with the type of game Ninja Gaiden is. There's a fascinating interview if you search up Steve Rogers, who is a great Japanese video game contributor. He wrote for Kotaku, for IGN. He is really in-depth and knowledgeable. He's lived in Japan for, I don't know, 20 of his 30 years of life. He's a fascinating man. He was somewhat close to Itagaki-san. Itagaki-san. Anyways, he talked to him about this concept of sticky friction, where the game just feels like it has this charm, this kinetic feel, and that's what I consider still part of Ninja Gaiden 2, Black, Sigma. Basically, these games, no matter how you edit them in Sigma and all the other versions of Ninja Gaiden, what stays consistent is that feeling. The combat feels snappy. There's a lot, there's blocking, there's parrying, there's countering. Unlike Devil May Cry, it's extremely challenging. These guys will wreck you within seconds, as you're seeing this right now. This is normal, and I'm just getting plastered. The Lunar is my favorite weapon. Right off the bat, it's just such a quick and easy weapon to pick up and master. So yeah, he created this fantastic and phenomenal game, and quite possibly one of the best fighting games out there. And again, just the sheer this version is just ridiculous. There you go. Not only do you have to take these guys down, but immediately, once they're down, you have to take them out. And if you're not fast enough, they impale you with their spears, drag you through the whole floor. and the chip damage is just stunning. And this is normal. There you go. There you go, fine. Hey, there you go. Sorry, these are super hard when I'm. What's the best weapon for a scrub beginner like me? Well, McLaren SMPS. How's it going? I think the Lunar is quite possibly one of the best weapons. Right off the bat, it's so much smoother. You get massive amounts of range. In Ninja Gaiden 2, he introduced the Razor Claw, which is fantastic. And that's like 3 claws, and you put it on your hands and feet. There's so many stories about this guy I want to get to. He saw Armageddon and he loved it so much that he included it in Dead or Alive 3's menu. Somebody told him he looked like Steven Tyler, Itagaki, and he decided that he wanted to use Steven Tyler's music in the menu. Somebody asked him why does he make his characters so sexualized in Dead or Alive. He said, again, he refuted by saying, I'm the creator, they're like my daughters. Sex appeal is important in video games. He had a limit. Like, these characters weren't like overtly. He created one of the greatest volleyball games ever. He modeled a character after Dennis Rodman in Dead or Alive. I think he was even voiced by him in one of the beach volleyball games. Created, I'm not even joking, one of the best beach volleyball games ever. I'm not even joking. Dead or Alive Extreme 1 and 2 are some of the best beach volleyball games out there. Now it's so sad, like, those games are like so different. What? Making more curry today? Better be I'm getting toasted here. Ooh, I used my talisman of rebirth. Basically, that's a very difficult talisman again. I just fried it. There are problems with this game, the camera. I think in Sigma, they kind of fixed the camera. But ultimately, these games are amazing. Oh, let me check out the chat. I think it's best way to spend the day. Seeing we're playing an inappropriate tribute to a legend. Man, should have done Dennis Rodman, King John Jr. Honestly, if there's a dev that would have done that, it's him. You know, it's funny, but you see inklings of like people like constantly questioning him about how he's like he treats women in games, and sometimes they're overtly sexualized, and every single time he's always responded to claims be like, oh no, those characters are like my daughters. Some of the characters that he's created are like porcelain dolls, pretty much. Dead or Alive, he was very proud of it. He said it was the true legacy and successor to games like um, games like Virtua Fighter, and Harada from Tekken said the same thing. So he got upset at Harada, and him and Harada had a massive feud. He was Harada's senior, but he ultimately, basically, what he likes is competition, talking smack, competing. He never took it like personally. And then when they buried the feud, he was happy. He is one of the only people I know of, Hideki Kamiya of Devil May Cry fame, Resident Evil 2, the bald guy who always like blocks people on Twitter, calls them insects. He's a notorious mean guy on online. Itagaki got to him. Said Devil May Cry is a game made for wusses. He didn't use the word wusses, he used another word. And he's like, oh, what kind of game can you not block? All you do is parry. For me, that's a BS game. In my game, a real man blocks with his weapons. He dodges, and your game there's no block or dodge, because you can't. You can pretty much just parry and dodge, right? There's no block in Devil May Cry. So he called his game a game for wusses. Said Ninja Gaiden's way better, way harder. And Kamiya's out of his depth. And Kamiya just constantly said like Ninja Gaiden's broken. It's an action game of the past. Devil May Cry is a game of the future. Itagaki wouldn't hear any of it. He was just like, bro, what are you talking about? And that's why I loved him. I absolutely loved him. It should be noted that one of the things I was doing today was I was trying to sort out a video. He's right though. These kind of games need to have more variety in defensive options. No, absolutely, absolutely. He would have gotten away with it. The crazy thing I read was like a lot of you're gonna read a lot of articles talking about his legacy, and basically he left Team Ninja because of sexual harassment suits. But it should be noted that he was found not guilty. And actually, the individual accused was ordered by the court to apologize because it was a consensual relationship that they later on claimed was harassment. Itagaki-san, in typical fashion, was always fighting demons, himself, things around him, and basically he was notorious for getting drunk. He absolutely loved drinking, probably for some reasons. And he loved talking to the opposite gender, flirting, gambling, drinking. But what he did maintain was a level of patience with his team. He play tested every single aspect of the game. He made the hardest, I think the hardest 3D action game ever. And even in 2, which I'm going to play for a little bit as well, it's fantastic of how different and how just insanely difficult that game is. And you see his style all over. Where I think we were moving away from blood and stuff. He was a Japanese developer that made his games full of like gore and blood effects, and he didn't care. He wasn't one of the only developers to embrace the Xbox, simply because he said Sony's too greedy and Xbox is a powerful machine. He never said anything bad about Nintendo, which I'll say right off the bat was always a sweet sentiment about him. Ultimately, what led to him leaving, and when his other game at his new studios was not being picked up by a publisher, Nintendo published the game. So he had this weird respect with Nintendo that a lot of people don't understand. He never badmouthed the company, never called them kitty. Somebody at Nintendo really loved him, and he loved Nintendo very much so. Not to the point where he would make games for them. He did make Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword for the DS. It was called Ninja Gaiden DS, but it was Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword. Oh, this is that move, right? Look at how much damage it costs. So yeah, he was Tito. These games were just insane, man. And this is just normal. Oh, good. I'll use that. Oof. This is such a hard fight, man. I'm not even joking. It's probably harder than the first boss fight. You have to counter the horse guy, and you have to use these guys as health. And these guys are just the best. They're the best. See, I'm telling you, this because so full of This is running on the original Xbox emulation. It is ridiculously difficult, man. Black is like notorious. Notoriously difficult. It gets better during chapter 2. I'll beat this boss and I'll move to 2. Personally, I think 2 is a very, very amazing game. That's why when 2 Black came out, a lot of people wouldn't consider that Itagaki's game, but he left Tecmo even before 2 was finished. There were development problems. When you read up on Itagaki, it's funny, like just like a lot of his perspectives and stances come from like what it means to be a man. He's one of those developers, and I just love him for that. I remember one of his quotes was like, "If you want to understand what it is to be a man, go get addicted to pachinko." and then walk away. And if you can walk away after being addicted to pachinko, then you're a real man. He's like, master all your addictions. And that's the kind of a guy he was. His last studio Valhalla games, they did absolutely nothing. And it's been years. Devil's Third got published on the Wii U. But his legacy is sort of cemented with not only 4 amazing Dead or Alive games, each one pushing the boundaries, the volleyball games, and just, I guess, like, where the industry was kind of like, you can look at it now in a very interesting perspective. But back then there was restraint in how he used sex appeal in his games. Whereas there are other games out there that I think while playing this game fits himself. I know Ninja Gaiden games are notorious. I can't, like, I get into this weird state, like I'm biting my tongue as I play them. So it's really an exercise for me to sit there and play these games and talk and think. And usually I'm playing this, like, I'm biting my tongue and just, that's it. I'm just like sitting like a total dweeb playing these games. I really loved Itagaki-san. I really did. And I hated like, you know, like Devil May Cry for a long time. It's ultimately a great game, don't get me wrong. But what gave me so much happiness and satisfaction was knowing that Ninja Gaiden was like one of the premier hardest games I had ever played. And it was like, it's still one of my favorite 3D action games. It's just, it feels very different. And Dead or Alive I've been a fan of since, but it is sad to know that Dead or Alive hasn't been the same. Isn't it ironic that after his leaving Tecmo, the franchise has gone dormant? In fact, the volleyball series that he was so proud of, that actually had amazing gameplay mechanics, simplified volleyball controls, that franchise has turned literally into a photography simulator. The variety of female characters he used to put in, like from different countries and regions, it's just like literally all moe characters now. In Dead or Alive Extreme 3, or what's the latest one that I played on stream, which is terrible. It's cute, it's funny, it's hilarious how overtly sexualized those new games are, but under his tutelage, gameplay mattered, and there was restraint in sex appeal. There was absolute restraint. Whereas if I can show you the new beach volleyball games, they're not even volleyball games anymore. I think it's called Venus Paradise or something. It's just like a photography simulator. I think Aperture Culture may like that. It's a good photography game. But they're so overtly like different from these volleyball games. Oh, I gotta do this. I keep forgetting. There you go. Are we saying Aperture likes volleyball photography? I want to see it for the gameplay. Um, honestly, it's one of the craziest games. It's actually, I do have, sadly, in backwards compatibility, you can't play beach volleyball 1 or 2. But I do have 3 for Switch. And that he wasn't behind that, but the sentiment remained the same. And the new one, Venus Paradise, is so overt. I'm not even lying. Like, there literally is a song is about looking at someone's. Literally, the lyrics are tits. As it's playing, and you're just like the owner of an island, and you're like, getting these girls that are on vacation to become models and supporting them and giving them gifts. It's so overtly different. Whereas the beach volleyball games, you're playing as Zach, a Dead or Alive character, who's voiced by Dennis Rodman, and he invites these people to a fighting game tournament, but turns out it was a lie. It's a beach volleyball tournament. And so all the Dead or Alive girl casts are there playing volleyball and relaxing because the island is so far away. There's no way. You have a pretty much a month or a week to stay there. And so those are really, really fun volleyball games. But Aperture Culture will love the new one, Venus Paradise. It's all about photography. Now, this fight is playable in Sigma. And in basically, you face this character, this black samurai, ghost samurai known as Doku. And he kills Kureha, who's a shrine maiden, who's Ryu's supposedly to be wife, and slays Ryu. And the spirit of the falcon finds, again, very funny, Hayabusa, the actual falcon, revives him, and basically he goes to hunt him. And that's like the first chapter of the game. In Sigma, their later releases where they polished up stuff, you actually get to have that fight. It's impossible to win, but you can. Hey, Binkster. I'm not even joking. It's so perverse. I played it once, and I thought you guys would join in on stream. It was really perverse. Like, the stream should be up there, but I remember just laughing my butt off because it was really overtly. And again, it's not under his tutelage. It's like after. People criticize Ninja Gaiden for, like, this leather-bound.
Ninja have uncovered the reason for the attack. The samurai who burned
Again, but just the design and characters, man.
Lord of the greater fiends of
Based
the
on
Vigor
Christopher
Empire.
Lambert, this guy Murai.
It appears as though the Vigor Emperor seeks the power of the Dark Dragon Blade.
Really, we have 6K subs? Wow. I didn't know that. Ultimately, that mentor Murai turns out to be the final boss of the game. Spoilers, because as you're going about disabling the Vigorian Empire.
A strange dictatorship veiled in secrecy. Its exclusionist foreign policy makes for very few ways to enter the country. One of the only remaining routes is by airship to the capital city of Tyrone.
It's funny because he manages to mix the Vigorian Empire as this European and North African sort of region, and he marries it. There's a lot of architecture that's borrowed from Morocco, Italy, Venice, and he just mashes them. So it's this unknown entity. And a lot of people, some people claim like the city is modeled after Islamic cities. It's not. Some people claim it's modeled after, like Italy. It's not. It's a mishmash. Some of the gods and bosses you'll see in there are very Renaissance-like. This is like a very Running Man-ish, the movie Running Man, reminiscent. I know, he's just like, he's just sitting in his bed. Again, it's just like the weird stark contrast, right? The music, just the vibe of how this began. It's so, it's classic now. But I remember just like seeing this, it felt so fresh, so different. Like you're literally in like an airship. You're going through living quarters, going from quarters to quarters, trying to see if there's stuff you could do. And then immediately they started attacking me. One of the craziest things about this game is this weapon. The wooden sword turns out to be the most powerful weapon after you upgrade it. Like all the way through. You spend an atrocious amount of money upgrading it, and by the end, it's like one of the most powerful weapons. And a little bit more, and I guess I'll switch to Ninja Gaiden 2. What is true about the first game is the pacing and just general flow. It's like almost slow-mo compared to the second game. Magically, you get that key. Really good architecture. I mean, for like, what was this? 2003 or 4-ish. This was amazing, man. Speaking of fresh, since the Power Star Saudi Arabia is here as well, did you know in Saudi Arabia you can get Nutella flavored toothpaste? Really? Dude, what am I doing here? Brushing my teeth like a sucker with fluoride flavored toothpaste. Ah, the Boken, man, the wooden sword. Oh, it's so good at the end. It becomes like this massive metallic sword. Like by the 10th time you upgrade it, it just kills everything. Oh, now I can upgrade it. Let me upgrade the lunar stick later. Dragon sword is just like the go-to. Power Star Saudi Arabia, led by a good friend here. This is very, very Metal Gear reminiscent. I love these games, man. They're just such dumb fun for me. Oh, now the door's open. We don't believe in Nutella. So the kingdom. Salam alaikum from the kingdom. Did you guys know that Saudi Arabia is a country? But it's a secret. Don't tell no one. Got Spec Om Ninjas. Well, that's the funnier thing about this game is like as you play on the progressively harder difficulties, when you upgrade them, basically all the ninjas, basically the ninjas are just upgraded. So you'll have like insanely like powerful Spec Op ninjas come in. The higher difficulties, they're like dark colored Spec Op ninjas. So like there's this whole color coded system of like difficulties. I think I can trash this. I know, so politely, as a Japanese ninja should. Honestly, I was thinking about something today, and it felt like if there were, I said this to both Binkster and Rising Sun because I saw them for coffee earlier today, and I was like, if there were samurais alive today, they wouldn't be loved. They would be really hated by their arrogance and how they acted. And it felt like the director of these games, Itagaki, was that kind of a guy. They would be like, he, for all his faults, felt the most samurai development. And I'm well aware that ninjas and samurais are very, very different. But he was very, very, very much like that kind of a guy. He just didn't care. He was a man of few words. Very punchy. His idea. Apparently, he was extremely generous, according to Team Ninja developers. Like the fact that that studio is still solidly still there. It didn't get disbanded. Says something because he left of his own accord. He said that he had dishonored the ninja spirit when the lawsuit happened, and ultimately he won the lawsuit. Turned out the accuser was in a consensual relationship and was court-ordered to actually apologize. So he did win the lawsuit, but he felt he had let his team down so hard that he's like, I'm not fit to lead. And Team Ninja till this day operates and still is what it is. Didn't get destroyed, and they just continue to operate. And when they made Sigma and all these other versions, he had no tremendous comments about it. Unlike Kojima, he wasn't bitter that this team is being led by former. They had different visions. By Ninja Gaiden 3, he was kind of upset. He felt like he perfected 1 and 2, and 3 was losing its vision. It turns out 3 was terrible. 3 then got another release called Razor's Edge, which brought back the decapitations and crazy blood. And basically, that was a course correction. Modern day samurai would be influencer. Oh God, no. Walking like there's severe aggressive. You know, in some way, I kind of do see that. and just a little bit more, and then I think I'm gonna move on to Ninja Gaiden 2. So yeah, you see a lot of people. I think I love following this guy Maximilian dude for fighting games, and he did a stream earlier today about like the Dead or Alive series, and but very few people will argue that Ninja Gaiden wasn't like his magnum opus as a series. Did you see what happened there? He got thrown out. I got tossed off, and the rebirth talisman got activated, and I lost that as well. Oh, dude, I love it. These games are just beautiful. They're beautiful. They're just absolute brutal games. By no means are they easy. And this is good, okay, because I have around 4,000. So I can upgrade the Lunar once more, and then fight a little bit with that, and then call it, and then go to Ninja Gaiden 2. There you go. So Dragon Sword is there. Oh, I upgraded the... Oh, nuts. I upgraded the wooden sword. It doesn't change. It stays the same. Oh, nuts. Like an idiot. Oh, man. Hold on. Does the reset thing still work? I remember he had a reset. You can reset the game from the menu. There you go. Yeah, it does. Well, this is just like small, stupid features that he had that I love. Coming attractions. Let's see what this is. Yeah, very well said. Like cloud effects, like older games, the way they manage to do those things. Dead or Alive 4. He created. I love the fact that way before he just managed to create a franchise universe out of Tecmo, a studio that was known for just Tecmo Bowl and a football game license, NFL license game. He managed to give them life, the whole studio. I remember when this happened, like the hair and cloth tech was apparently state of the art, even though it's like clipping through. This was like on Microsoft's E3 presentation. And I think that's Elliot, if I'm not mistaken. One of the cool things about Dead or Alive, coming attraction, yeah, no, is like the level doesn't end. You can knock a person down the stairs, and then you're in the second part of the level. So the dynamic stages that you had are just fantastic. This character is based off of Macho Man Randy Savage, and these two that were fighting were father and daughter. No joke. Again, the diverse level of characters. He had, American, Japanese, Chinese. I believe she is Brazilian. Just like he was so into like just having different kind of characters. And this is as worse as it gets. Everything else. Oh, I love this character, Brad Wong. He was the first and only time I saw drunken boxing in a fighting game. And then of course the ninjas. And he used Ninja Gaiden 1's level. This was an area in 1 that we were in. I love this, man. This is like Tekken level of like Flash. He had a level based in Las Vegas. Back when it was called the Xenon, the Xbox 360. So that's why you saw signs that said Project Xenon launch. The kingdom supports Microsoft. Yeah, remember about the DO levels having no limitations. Dude, it was just nuts. Just nuts. This is the character based off Dennis Rodman's Zack. She's Chinese, I think. I forget her. Lei Fei, I think. Just like crazy outlandish characters. And having this whole storyline and literally just taking the Ninja Gaiden series and then making a fighting game and then just creating this whole universe, making 4 games out of it, 4 different genres. That's tenacity. And rumor has it it's confirmed, he sat there and he play tested every aspect of the game, even with his staff. The fact that Team Ninja is still Team Ninja. There is no Kojima Productions in Konami right now, but Team Ninja still stays as Team Ninja because the team didn't abandon it. He just left because he felt he dishonored the team, and the team continued on under new leadership and different people. I know, right? This looked insane. Insane, man. What can I say, man? Absolutely next level. I'm gonna slip in the disc for Ninja Gaiden 2 Black because I actually have it physical. So give me one moment, please. I mean, it's no Bouncer. Oh, I remember Bouncer. Immediately, we are launched back into Ninja Gaiden. This is the cool part of Xbox. Immediate switch. Oh my god, man. And what a massive change this is. Synchronizing your cloud storage. There you go. Oh. I don't have enough. So now I am on Ninja Gaiden 2. Once I put in the disc, it immediately just launched where I last saved. which is good. I guess we don't need to. Right off the bat, one of the crazier things about the game is massive amounts of decapitations, massive amounts of blood, way sharper, way more faster. Still has the sticky friction, but is just very different in feel and scope. And it's good we're starting at this point. So
You shall not pass.
damn, playing a game older than Roblox. Hello, Ryan.
I am Shadow Ninja Rasetsu, and you will not leave here alive.
Sorry, I was reading the thing. There you go. Oof. There you go.
You're coming with us. Stop struggling.
And again, the overtness is on full display here. That's a CIA agent, by the way. The one clad in black. And that's a vampire lady. You don't know that yet, but still.
You can have her, Ryu Hayabusa. She's just a tool of the CIA. You bought us the time.
Listen, man.
Ryu, I finally found you.
I'm not playing Sonic
So,
EXE. I'm playing Ninja
CIA
Gaiden.
want with me.
We have a serious problem. The fiends are trying to resurrect the Archfiend. We
Physics
can't
on
let
full
that
display.
happen.
I see the agency's broadened its horizons.
Ryu, they're heading for the Hayabusa village. They're after the demon statue. Your clan is in danger.
Oh, I didn't know I was a Master Ninja even in 2. So I bought 2, the physical edition, a while ago, because some say this is his masterpiece, Itadaki's masterpiece. And I honestly think 2 Black is.
Genshin. Why am I not surprised?
How the vaunted Dragon Ninja bloodline has withered, Joe Hayabusa.
Your embrace of the evil way has consumed you.
Evil. The ninja way knows
There
how
you
to
go.
put the
Problem
weak.
solved.
Corruption of the soul is a fate that befalls the weak.
Enough talk. The ties that bind our clans are severed tonight. Blood stains on my blade.
Jin, you fool.
Done. I didn't want to hear about Sonic EXE and that stupid crap. Honestly, man, I don't care. If you get people playing Roblox showing this channel, you're getting banned. I'm in no mood to communicate with a-holes. This guy just comes in, starts talking about please play Sonic EXE. Go suck the end of my sword, man. I don't give a crap. Piece of shit. Anyways. Dumbass. Don't worry, Rising Sun. I think I did what I could. He's carrying a dead hand. Nah, this dumbass dude just came in, just started talking. I was like, yo, bro, please go play Sonic EXE. I don't know, Sonic fans are, I'm sorry, man, but I think they're on some kind of mental spectrum that I don't understand. And he's like, come on, man, just play this. When you're done with this stupid game, just go play that. It's just like, dude, I'm playing Ninja Gaiden here. He's like, yo, you guys are playing a game older than Roblox? The Roblox crowd is full of crap, so I immediately just blocked, banned. I have very little tolerance for jackasses. Hold on, sorry. Yeah, it's fine. He was, I think he was, but I just don't need people like that on my channel. I just don't need it. Yeah, it feels very off-putting for a 12-year-old to call me bro. It's like he shouldn't even be watching this, man. This is not a kid's game. Just kind of was ruining the vibe. I just booted up. I just beat that boss. This guy talking about Sonic EXE. It's just like, dude, I don't give a crap. So this section, I'll resume back to normal thing. This section of the game is in nighttime now, but in Black, the new re-release, it's in daytime. In the original Xbox version, this was a nighttime level. And again, you're retreading the old Ninja Gaiden area. So this is, again, similar ground from Ninja Gaiden 1. You're facing off against, like, the Black Spider Clan. The enemies to the Dragon Ninja. And this is like one of the hardest, fastest games at that time. I've had arguments with people earlier days of Power Star. I think I was playing Need for Speed, and there was a guy, I forget his name, Jose, who just jumped in, and he started talking about how he was better at Need for Speed and racing, and it was actually funny. But you could detect there was like no hostility. It was somebody just like, yeah, I'm racing and watching your stream, but I'm better. It was like kind of funny, and like we were all laughing about it. That's fine. But like when people are just like, yo, please bro, play Sonic EXE, it's just like, dude, why don't you play it, man? How about you go play it and stop watching the stream? Stop bothering me. And I'm in a testy mood anyways, because Itagaki-san passing away. And I just want to play some Ninja Gaiden. And funny thing, I actually got Dead or Alive 4 out as well, so I may end the stream with a little bit of that. Usually I have good buddy Tony in the background. Remember we had a similar moment before, and he's like, dude, I blocked that guy. That guy's banned. Like, we'll do that. But I think he's passed out because it's very late. I just wanted to come to this section because this is where you get one of the best weapons in the whole game. A weapon so iconic that I don't think they've topped it. And just the relentless nature of this game. Look at that, man. They have these characters that they don't like dying. They'll basically, in their dying moments, take you down with them. I mean, this is like a maybe 2 or 3 years apart from Ninja Gaiden 1. Ferociously fast. Xbox 360. I would say probably way superior. They have this killing mechanic, so when an enemy, you take off their arms and legs, you can like just completely kill them. Unless, that's how I feel about any Twitch streamer, unless you're watching friends play. Just play your own game. Like, feels proper next gen. Going from Ninja Gaiden 1 to... Absolutely, man. 100%. 100%. Extremely... you know, it's a very cliche word, visceral. But this describes this game very appropriately. It's like going from, as many would agree, Call of Duty 2 to Modern Warfare. You know what I'm talking about? And again, the parry blocking systems in place, way more insane. Certain, just even if an enemy's chopped off, like they're crawling to you, they're in even bigger danger now because they could like do like a mass, they can kill themselves and you. So fallen enemies are way more dangerous. way more blood. A lot of severed limbs. And one of my favorite weapons. Immediately you can change your weapons. You don't have to go to the menu. I'm here getting Xbox achievements, fine. I gotta upgrade this weapon though. Right now it's a little slow. And you have these annoying arrow guys. You have to use combo now. I can't even tell what's happening. From Moha to Call of Duty. Enigma Hood. What? Itagaki died? Yeah. Hi, Enigma. Yeah, man. Honestly, I found that today in morning time. Maybe 12, 13 hours ago. Apparently he was battling a very heavy illness. We're not sure if it was cancer or something worse, but basically his Facebook account, believe it or not, had a message posted and it said, if you're reading this message, then I've moved on. And basically this whole stream is just dedicated to Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and a little bit of Dead or Alive. 4 days before the release of Ninja Gaiden 4, which he has nothing to do with, by the way. Team Ninja did send out a statement saying that they hope to continue the work that he started in a sweet sentiment, because there's no ill will towards Team Ninja at all. Let me get these weapons. He was, as you will know, Enigma Hood, one of the craziest, and I mean that in the most nicest way possible, developers. Brash, constantly just saying what's on his mind. His rivalries with Kamiya and Harada were just legendary, although he did settle the hash with Harada. Him and Harada did patch up. Back in the day, all the developers were like, all the gaming magazines and stuff, they were like obsessed with his overt sexualization in Dead or Alive, and he was just uncompromising. He didn't care. He didn't give a crap. Yeah, yeah. No. Honestly, they, especially Dead or Alive. Dio games are not the same. Absolutely not the same. The rebranding of 5 and just how it's so funny that without him they became more about eye candy and costumes, and the fighting mechanic for 5 was like 5 started off as "I'm a fighter" was their slogan, and then it became the game with like the unlimited DLC bikini packs. Beach volleyball turned into a photography simulator for pervs. It's sad. It's not the same. I have a very different opinion. I think Team Ninja's involvement with Ninja Gaiden is probably the last vestige of what he started. It's not going to be the same. He's not there. But it feels the most like him. Especially, people don't like 3, Razor's Edge. But that was my Wii U game, like back when I got the Wii U. I enjoyed it. It feels weird. It doesn't feel like a real Ninja Gaiden game. But to see 4 and how it's coming back, I'm really happy. 2 Black, which was released for PS5 and Xbox Series and X and S. Fantastic. People say, oh, it's based off of Sigma and 2 combined. But what Itagaki made was the system and mechanics. How this sticky friction they talk about in his games, that remains, right? The Sigma series cleaned up some of the repeated bosses, and basically he left to mid-development, not mid-development, near the last leg of development. So like, it is more concise, the Sigma games. But to Black, that just recently came out, I feel like, as somebody who loves the original 2, it's a great tribute, homage. It feels authentic. Yeah, I loved him, man. I loved him. And you know what's so bizarre? I was saying this too. For the rock star that he was, always wearing sunglasses, he had the most exuberant eyes. Like, there's a photo of him circulating right now of him like at an izakaya, just sitting there without his glasses. That guy had like really good eyes, man. He had like this samurai stare to him, but he was always wearing sunglasses. Always apparently at izakayas drinking, at pachinko parlors. Oh, these games made me so happy. And you know, Team Ninja still remains. I actually beat Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge around the time when G2 Black came out. Enjoyed it. Wasn't as bad as I originally thought, but definitely not an Itagaki game. Yeah, it was only 58. Only 58, man. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I think online people just love to trash 3. The original 3 for Xbox 360 and PS3 was absolute terrible garbage. You had no like limb removal, decapitations, no blood. It was really a bizarre game. But Razor's Edge was like a course correction. They spent a year and 2 and basically redefined the game. It's not a bad game, but again, not a Ninja Gaiden game. Definitely not a Ninja Gaiden. And again, like, this is just like very. See, they're way far, and they were shooting arrows. You get a lot of moments like that in this game. Just love the Xbox 360 style of like graphics fidelity. The fire, the effects. It's so, I love it. Someone's still there. The crazy thing is, like, as you're playing, the skybox slowly changes from nighttime to day, slightly. It's just by the time as you're climbing higher and higher, you see that. Ooh, I don't have enough yellow essence. So the mechanic of yellow essence is it's currency, but if you use the ultimate technique, it becomes basically you use it as a charge. So it has this thing of like, do you want to collect currency or do you want to use that said essence as currency for an ultimate technique to take out a lot of people? And that's what you're balancing constantly. 3 introduced a cool mechanic called Steel on Bone, where if enemies try to do a special type of unblockable grab, if you counter it, you like slice through them like butter, and you can successfully slice through one-hit KO a lot of enemies. But ultimately, it was too little, too late. There were a lot of other things that they kind of dialed down on, especially combos and weapon variety. But 2, till this day, is considered by many as perfection. And to see 2 remastered in black, the Unreal Engine version, I absolutely love it. I think it absolutely maintains the spirit of the original games, and it just improves it ever so slightly. Because there's stuff about 2 that's kind of rough around the edges, personally. Some repeat bosses, some really unfinished encounters, it feels like. Let me go to the Dragon Sword to see how that feels. Even that, man. Way faster. Way faster. Way more enjoyable. I'm a huge fan of 2. Ooh. And this whole mechanic of like when you reach a checkpoint, your life is full. People thought that would make the game easier, but it's not. I got taken. Half my health got destroyed. Just decimated. And I feel like the critical levels of like getting a one shot to taking somebody out, it improves with how crazy the odds are stacked against you. It's a weird mechanic, but I think it's really beautifully balanced into it. Again, you can get dropped down and have to go all the way back up and fight again. And that was a counter. Basically, the defensive mechanics are even more adept now. Not just counters, blocking, but if you time it properly, the moment an enemy hits you, you can do a super counter kind of thing. I think it's called the enemy, if I'm not mistaken. There's a specific name for it, I'm sorry. I can't remember off the top of my head. And you know, like there's some YouTubers out there that are really good at kind of fueled my love for Ninja Gaiden. Retroopolis is one of them, I think. They're very technical in what they think is a good Ninja Gaiden game versus not. I like him, but like ultimately, like I just want to start playing these games on stream, and I have a very different take on a lot of this stuff. By no means are these games like perfect action games. They're my favorite action games. That's it. Whew. Almost thought I was gonna die there. Again, this part is like changed in the original. There's no need for this. You don't need to charge arrows. Hold B. Again, you have to be so precise, and they just did auto. Because there's just another boss fight in level 2. You know what's so funny? In 2 black, there's just you're facing him in the standard difficulty. The standard difficulty in this game, you're facing the boss and tons of minions. They're not even like low level minions. I'm gonna die. And how crazy is that? Even when the boss fight's done, you still have to take these guys out. Whew. It's a lot of characters gone. And if I remember correctly, this is where I don't like one aspect of this game. Way too much chopping off. I love it. Imagine doing this for the boss fight, which is why it's not really that loved. Because you had to charge the bow. All right. Oh, I have to find it. Rod of Trials. And you can see the 2 over there. Is that... There you go. This is unnecessary like move was removed in Sigma and 2 black. Because it could end up doing this to you. You can end up like going all the way at the bottom and running all the way back up again. So in a way, the Sigma games are kind of a little better in that they streamline the process, remove some unnecessary platforming, and sort of like get you going in the right direction. But I would be lying if I didn't say this kind of stuff was a little cool. Because the area you just unlocked, it's like it's immediately accessible. Ultimately, at the end of the day, what remains is his sticky friction combat, Itagaki sense. And that's all that matters. This really frenetic, kinetic, almost like beautifully designed combat. Avoided that trapdoor. Oh, I could have done that, eh? That's so stupid. They were all linked. Long processes just to get up to fight Genshin. And I think in the Sigma versions you just get health out of that. think we're at the boss fight almost. The Genshin fight here is far tougher than the Black Sigma rules. I guess it's just a deciding factor of pacing. But yeah, I don't mind. All right. That's your dad.
And thus the sun sets on the Dragon Ninja bloodline.
Joe Hayabusa. The most Chad of dads.
Damn you! The demon statue is ours. This statue is the talisman of Mount Fuji.
Now the sacred peak erupts.
The gates of the underworld are open.
The fiends are unleashed.
Father!
He doesn't die, he just gets injured really bad. Spoilers.
You must be Genshin.
And you must be Joe Hayabusa's little cub. It is said that a dragon ninja would die to protect the demon statue. You seem eager to fulfill your duty. Now, Elizabeth, you must keep your word.
Stop!
Her run is such a evil villain's like
Your death will atone for
just that
generations.
waddle as she runs.
Bloodline of the dragon ninja ends here.
He's way crazy. Insane. Insane. I got a really good start here. Oh, I don't want to die. There you go.
Follow the woman.
You must retrieve the statue. Go now!
Oh, it's so awesome. Wow, really? I thought I wouldn't be a master ninja. So,
A glittering island. An exquisite
oh, I
city
love
of
this bit.
stardust. Breathtaking. But you, my lady, must be so tired of the view.
Sigma 2, he kind of revives the statue. So you actually fight the Statue of Liberty.
Are you pleased? Excellent. I know you've never done.
Straight from Japan to New York City. Oh, this is such a cool intro. Dead or Alive Game ads in the background. Brutal beginnings. I love it. This has one of the most annoying boss fights in the game, which shows you just how unbalanced it needed more time to cook. It's like this weird train ghost thing and you have to use your bow. And thankfully in Sigma and in Sigma and Black they fixed it. Tomonobu! Hello everyone. I hope everyone's having a blessed day. Oh, thank you so much, Tomonobu. I needed your presence today. Indeed, we certainly are. Even if it's a somber day. The creator of Ninja Gaiden passed away, so I'm doing this Ninja Gaiden stream. And to just see members like yourself come by and say hello. I hope you're having a blessed day too. That just makes my day. It absolutely makes my day. Having familiar, good, loving people that just drop in and say hello just makes my day. Especially. I think there's a mechanic where you can find out where to go. No, that's in the later versions. Where you hold. It's like you sense the true path and you go that way. I'll be lurking. Aw, thank you so much. You don't have to, but it means the world. It really does. I hope you're having a good day at work. Really, really, truly appreciate it. Even McLaren Tito, I know they're not necessarily chilling at home. They're also at work, so I truly, truly appreciate it. Oh, he's just in a meeting. No. I meant like in a good way. I know like everybody here with day jobs and real jobs is working. I really, really, truly do. The fact that I still have people watching. That means the world to me. One of the things that I think is really interesting when it came to blood and gore, the thing we were hitting the point in the industry where people were wondering, at least in Japan, was it all worth it? Like, this kind of stuff? So I think the hard pivot to Ninja Gaiden 2, Ninja Gaiden 3 having so little blood was like, oh, we don't want to be the game that's known for excessive gore, violence. We want to be a game that's mechanically sound. And a lot of Japanese developers are very, very careful with violence depiction in their games because, again, there's very strict laws here, especially when it comes to these kind of situations. Chopping off noggins is not necessarily... It's actually censored here in video games due to a very terrible real-life case, but that's what people cite most of the time. Even though there's not been a direct correlation or evidence related that an individual did that based on video games. But case in point being the Resident Evil games, way different. Even the Z version. Oh yeah, you get arrows. We're gonna get them. This is dumb. There you go. There you go. I'm so glad they changed this mechanic. It's not as this kind of pinpoint accuracy of shooting arrows anymore. It's just auto, and there's no charge. That's the background of the team is being said. Aw, thank you. I do too. If I could work, I'd love that. Yeah, I love these games. This, Onimusha, or Resident Evil. They have such, how shall I phrase it? Chunky sound bites. When enemies are being attacked. The slashing, it sounds so juicy and chunky. It's perfect. And ultimately today, I really did want to do a proper Mario Galaxy finale, but sadly, this is how we're gonna do it now. It's gonna have to be Ninja Gaiden. And in a few days we'll be having Ninja Gaiden 4 out on Xbox and PlayStation. I have the PlayStation version coming internationally because it's not censored. Apparently the Japanese version has some form of censorship. But in the meantime, I'll be playing it on Xbox. Thankfully, it's probably one of the last games I'm going to keep on Game Pass Ultimate. Before, if the price raise does happen, and it hasn't yet this month, then I'm going to have to go a lower tier because it's just not worth it. just not worth it. I do want to keep the online plan. I just think it's ridiculous. But anyways, that's not the core issue. The core thing is Itagaki-san, Ninja Gaiden fame, passed away. One of the very few developers I really do love him. Gone too soon, and so in his honor, playing some of his masterworks. He, to put it in a funny but true way, as Tito did. Even before AI, he mastered physics in his games, like Dead or Alive. Soft body physics. He mastered. Honestly, Ninja Gaiden 2 is unparalleled. It hangs with the best. And I love Devil May Cry 2 and Bayonetta. And Bayonetta 2 is really beautiful, an amazing game. But this is still my go-to. I mean, for the time, this was so cutting edge. During the Xbox 360 launch, it's just so cutting edge. Remember when they showed the demo for this game, and it began with Ryu having a massive scythe as a weapon, and he was just slaying these like wolf creatures, wolfmen, which you'll see in chapter 3, and it just looked bloody amazing. It was just like massive, as you see with this game right now, massive trails of blood. Tons of demons to be slain. And surprisingly, these demons are back in Ninja Gaiden 4. The screenshots that show the very same demons, the non-flyable version, these fiends, they're back. Ooh, I think I'm gonna kick the bucket there if I don't. Yo, Mike is asking how you're doing. Oh, Mike. I'm good, man. I'm good. What can I say, man? I didn't think I would have a monetized YouTube channel. But here we are. Very, very good. And partly because I get to be in touch with good people like McLaren and Tito in Toronto. Good, very good. You know, busy, and you can tell them why busy, but I think you're curator of 4 small animals. let Mike know if there's anything I could ever send him through you. I'm always down. How's he doing? You know, it's very funny. Most people won't know this, but I'm gonna preface it because this is gonna be on the internet for a while, so might as well. Mike is a friend of mine from back in Toronto, and I am very much adamant about fitness now and lifting and all this stuff. And none of it would be possible if he didn't train us. None of it. Because I think he was one of the first people that I know of that I remember P90X was like this weird system of like basically to train yourself you could get like abs in 30 days and basically get really ripped and strong looking, and he had done that, so we nicknamed Mike Mr. Goodbody. And that love of working out started with just us friends working out together, and so that's very essential. The other day I was listening to a very scholarly person talk about the type of friends you want to keep in your life, and it's the friends that challenge you and push you in different ways, and philosophical manners and psychological manners, and to have friends that like really go out of their way and be like, hey man, you should be doing this, this is good for you, you should try this. You don't have that these days, and I'm not here to smack talk the young generation, but you'll often see people, if you do like, if I squat like an insane amount or do something, you'll see like younger people, when you tell them, they're like, oh, I can't do that, and it's almost like a pride thing. They're like, oh dude, I'm not good at working out at all, and it's funny, it's good. It's never like, oh man, I want to get that strong. So really hold tightly and closely the friends that really make you want to challenge and push yourself. And I think that's true with almost everyone these days. Even in the channel, somebody like our good old friend Samanosuke, you know, Onimusha fan, like challenging games, or just like good vibes, but at the same time always talking. You're not shy about like, oh, you know, this bothered me. How shall I phrase it? Always just trying to elevate the mood, the conversation, make things better. And those are the type of people I want to keep close. You know, McLaren here. I used to argue about a lot of stuff, but it was never like in vain. It was like always about stuff, politics, society, education, and through that you learn, right? And those kind of friends are really important. Tito, same thing. Tito and I, countless hours of like movies and game design talk, just fascinating conversation. But Mike is one individual that we got us all into working out. And now, thanks to Mike, I am part of the 1,000 Pounds Club, which means, not officially, unofficially. So that means that my 3 lifts that I do, a deadlift, a squat, and a bench, equal to 1,000 pounds. In order to officially be part of that, I need to do all 3 lifts in basically 12 hours, I think. It's within a day, and have somebody officiate, and then I can enter a list of people that includes Hugh Jackman. So, but again, it was like this amazing thing of love for working out that he had, and it really changed how I thought about things. Most people do weight training in high school and that's it. Yeah, I used to do weight training. I used to do this. We were way past high school, man. We were in like past university, and for him to be like, hey man, we should all be fit. I'm gonna get you guys to get abs. he didn't accomplish that, but he accomplished something greater, which is our love for working out. Yeah, that's the Genesis Will said. That's the key thing about arguing discussions. You don't have to prove you're right. You're just presenting it. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think most people misunderstand that, especially younger generations. They think like avoiding any kind of conflict or arguments. Like there's so many situations where you were right when we were arguing about stuff, and it didn't turn into like when I saw you, you're like, see, I was right. It's never about that. It's like when I was wrong, then I sit there and you're like, see, this is what I mean. So now that we've arrived at this conclusion, what's the next thing you think is gonna happen? Or where do you think we should? It's almost like you're trying to adjust your perspective on life and to be the best and to make sure that the friends around you, they succeed. That's like the goal. Because like guy relationships are very different. There's not to disparage the ladies here, but one thing I've noticed with at least good guy friends is they're there to elevate and build you up and challenge you, tease you, but even teasing is part of like, hey man, toughen up, don't become weak to this. There are some strange instances where some guys are literally, it's like a weird jealous angle. We know a couple of people like that. Two brothers that were just like, they literally just want to see other people fail and them succeed. But they're usually, those people are so mentally and physically weak. Like it's hilarious. But yeah. In this day and age of social media and whatnot, have friends that challenge you, friends that disagree with you, friends that just love talking, love changing your perspective, and change your perspective. I wouldn't be who I am, where I am, if my friends didn't challenge my perspective. Muffin! How are you? Oh, speaking of people that's challenging, the champion of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I was gonna do Galaxy Muffin, but apparently the creator of Ninja Gaiden passed away, so this is an impromptu stream on Fridays. I was gonna do fighting games, I was gonna do Mario Galaxy, and I just said, F it, I'm just gonna play Ninja Gaiden 2. You see myself Mario Kart World pathetic. I truly doubt that. Somehow I don't believe you. I think by truly pathetic you mean it'll put us to shame. I want to play Mario Kart World too, man. I really been dying to play. Rising Sun has not been able to also play that. We played with Tito and McLaren here, and they're way better. You know what's so sad? I'm finding out that young kids are way better than me online in Mario Kart World. It's kind of depressing me. Because, like, there's shortcuts. They're just so insane. With you on that, Muffin. I'm hopeless in Mario Kart World. No, man, you're pretty good, I think. We just haven't played enough, I think. You know? That's what I think. I didn't see any news about it on Twitter. Yeah, it's kind of like, I think only a few people talked about it. Harada and Thing talked about it, and Masahiro Sakurai talked about it a little bit. Yeah, man, I was kind of really bummed out today hearing that. But at least I'm enjoying his games. Because that's what it's all about. Should organize a Mario Kart World playthrough one day. I'm totally afternoon night one day. You know what? I'm totally down. Believe it or not, the most difficult one to organize into a schedule is none of us. It's actually Rising Sun Retro. He's gonna listen to this tomorrow. He's gonna be like, "Hey man, that's not really true, is it?" I'm down, man. I think on a weekend, especially for him, that might be a better deal. I'm totally down. It'll be nice because we can have 24 people. It'd be really nice to play with some people, not some people, most people that we know on stream. Show up McLaren's there. Yeah. Because at least, I think, at least we can get 10 people. At least. That's a good mix, man. But I saw photos of Sakurai inviting famous video game producers to the restaurant, and there was really Toby Fox. Oh, Sakurai loves Toby Fox. I think he went to his, or Toby Fox came to his house. That's the creator of Delatoon. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm forgetting that RPG. Oh. 30,000, that's way too much money. No, Sakurai loves a lot of game developers. I'm pretty sure he would chill with almost any developer. Like the love and respect he had even for like Doom, Call of Duty, it's insane. Fighting games, like he's really into it. And again, he plays a lot of games, right? Unlike, you know, it's so sad because I'm reminded of Hideo Kojima and his crap. And he says stuff like, I have basically no time to play any games except for my own, because there's just no time. And I remember Itagaki and Sakurai, these other developers, like all they did was play other people's games. Yeah, he invited him to play Smash this house after the addition of Sam's V costume and others. No way, man. That's so sick. I love that. I love when you hear like stuff like that. Like how nice developers are to each other. Especially for Japanese developers like Sakurai, I think it's very rare. Most Japanese developers tend to not really mingle as much. If that makes sense. I think, can you post photos in the chat? I'm gonna ask RSR. Because there's certain people, oh, did you send it to our chat? Okay. Not that I'm gonna get people to become mods here, but certain groups of our friends, I wouldn't mind. They had those, you know, abilities. Whenever they just jump in. I think that's much better and healthier. I remember one person reached out one time. He's like, hey man, do you guys need mods? And I was just like, no. And if we did, we wouldn't, yeah, no offense. It's like some person I don't even know. It's like, why? But I guess he was, you know, they say shoot your shot. He did. Hold on, let me check this photo. Oh, I thought you sent it to the chat. I think by default YouTube won't allow it. And I'm really bummed out about Itagaki. I really wanted to see what he thought of Ninja Gaiden 4 when it got released. I really wanted to see what he thought of it. Because he wasn't as bitter or negative about Team Ninja doing different, going a different direction. He just said it's not the same. That's all. I believe till his end of days, he was still a person that loved video games, loved playing video games from different developers. Oh, YouTube does that. Yep. I have a conundrum. There's no arrows. Literally wasted all my arrows. That dumbass. You're gonna play later on tonight. Maybe not. However, it depends, right? It depends on Rising Sun. I think he has something, but how's this? If I do, we're gonna do a post. I don't think so, because then we'd have to organize with Muffin whenever you are ready as well, and McLaren and Tito and Rising Sun here and Bingster. And definitely we want to do this. We want to really do this. So what I'll do is, because you're like we got ways to contact each of us, especially you, Tomonobu, and Tito being Power Star members. So we will send a message to the high-level members, a post announcing that. I hope that makes sense. And the other individuals we can washed. What is this guy doing? Break is about to end, but good luck with Ninja Gaiden. Oh, you're such a sweet man. Wash, we want to do a Mario Kart tournament, man. Tomonobu, Muffin, McLaren, Tito, me, you, Bigster, Rising Sun. Let's make it happen. It made perfect sense. Perfect. So we're not gonna leave you out, anyone out, especially the channel members when we do that. It's much more preferable to have yourself, Tito, and Bingster in on the fray than just randos. Because it's just we know you guys a little better, a lot better. And if we're gonna do like a massive tournament, one, we're gonna stream it, and two, I'm gonna try and do it in advance, like everyone, let everyone know. Do like a community post for our members. But I promise you, Muffin's gonna embarrass us. First time I remember I played him, he Rising Sun told us, he's one of my great friends from France. He's really good at Mario Kart, you know. And we're like, yeah, he's alright, because Bingster is pretty good. And the moment he got on, because we were on like voice chat, Bingster's like, dude, this guy's cheating. And he wasn't. He was just using shortcuts. Proper shortcuts. He was like, no, this is not possible, because he was dominating, and the moment he joined, it was over. It was all over. So I'm not gonna be that great, but I'm gonna enjoy the journey and document it on stream, so that generations beyond us get to enjoy. That's one of the cooler things. I think when I think about, like, it's not necessarily documenting or doing stuff. It's really hilarious to have some of these things out there for me to look at in for the future. Like, it's like, oh man, remember we played this game together, or did this, and that's always going to be the attitude. It's never going to be like ads and money and stuff. Like, that stuff comes, but what's important is doing what you love. That makes sense. The hardest part is getting together a plan to start something. When you get a good grip on it, it's just balancing and making sure you're doing stuff that you love. Whoa, hold on. There's some stuff here said. Currently, at least, I don't have my car world with me, and the 2 following weeks, 18, 19, 25, 26. Oof. So it's gonna be have to like a future tournament. We can do multiples. We can train until you're back. I think that's suffice for us, right? Because when you're back, it's gonna be painful for us. Our days are numbered. Totally down. Just any day. Just pressure Rising Sun and Waterwash. Pressure them. Be like, guys, I'm ready this day. Bingster and I can usually, for now, adjust on the fly very easily. Be like, hey man, is tournament happening or what? No, it's yeah, we'll play, but I think that the whole 10 to 12 people joining in on the tournament is going to be hilarious. Get even Sakuragi to show up with his girlfriend's Switch too. Play Mario Kart, have fun for once. Maybe he'll say something positive about Nintendo. I love it. I'm just kidding. But it is fun. I mean, it's an $80 game, man. We gotta play some. We gotta play like $80 worth of it. Oh jeez, man! I just realized something. 3:45 a.m. I've lost all sense of time. I'm gonna call it very soon. Can I use this wall? No, I think I get there later, right? I'll send a message, line group chat. 1st or 2nd November would be okay for everyone. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. I have this good because we can adjust. I'm gonna try and do a whole Ninja week this week with Ninja Gaiden 4 coming out, Ragebound, all these other Ninja games. Even play a little bit of Ninja Gaiden 3. And I'm gonna try and wrap up Mario Galaxy on stream, hopefully today or tomorrow. Hopefully. And then pivot to more Ninja Gaiden stuff. And then we're going to have Halloween. So we're going to try and do a special horror game. We're still in the process of thinking. Something we have played but haven't played extensively, or something completely fresh. We're still kind of thinking. And no, it's not going to be Resident Evil 6, despite tremendous demand. No demand, actually. But that would be really cool. I think the plan was to play the extremely terrifying Resident Evil 7. Me and Bingster do that. That was the initial plan. Though I don't know if that will actually happen. Because as we all know, Bingster's a very busy man. Oh man, this game makes me really sad, man. I really loved Itagaki. And perhaps him seeing Ninja Gaiden 4, perhaps it would have given him and his team at Valhalla Games maybe some kind of hope and inspiration. There's another game that's made by similar developers, producers and developers of Ninja Gaiden. It's called Wanted Dead, and I've been dying quite literally to stream that game. So maybe that's another situation I could exploit finally, and we can play that game, because I really do love that game as well. And they're ex-devs from Ninja Gaiden, and it just plays like a little bit of Ninja Gaiden with Test of Valor. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do Falcon Young. These are not easy tests, man. They're really... Because the enemy speed is bumped up for these ones. As you can see. I would have had more hits. Would have had a 100-hit combo. Does it begin at the Test of Valor or the Shrine? We'll see. The archer you don't see on your screen seems to make it really hard. Ah, you're right. There probably is. Alright, let's do this. Yep. You're right. There's an archer somewhere. There he is. See these guys? You're right, Muffin. Add Ninja Gaiden to his list of accomplishments. Mario Kart and Ninja Gaiden. Let's do one more, and then I'm gonna call it. Take out the archer. Maybe use the lunar staff for range, or the dragon sword for the quickness. Use a little bit of ninpo. Yeah, I'll just let me do the dragon sword. There you go. I mean, I just have such a good time with these games. Just, I can't miss a beat, man. I can certainly suck, but I won't miss a beat in enjoying these games. Yeah, way better. Dragon sword is way quicker. Let's get this damn archer. I'm gonna... Ooh! I took him out. I thought you would have killed me. I'm not gonna show this test of valor. gonna fail this test of valor. Oh, I got nothing. Oh, I failed it. Rewrite Miles. Wow. I know it suck. I know. Give me another chance, man. Hold on. Alright, last try at this test of valor. It is 3:57 a.m. here, Japan time. So I'm gonna call it because I'm finding myself extremely exhausted. It's been a very interesting day. Right. Let's take out the R2. Dude, the fact that this game is so fast for an Xbox 360 game. I use this, man. I use this. That's what I want to do. The last one. Yeah. Oh no. I was celebrating prematurely. There you go. Zuna drop. I was like, can I do it in the Zuna drop with him? That's a signature move. One more archer somewhere. Or two more. Oh, two more archers back there again. Yes! Oh, 42 consecutive. I know! I wish I could have done 100, man. I'm not at my peak awakeness. Done. Oh, what a satisfying end. Woo. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm gonna save here. To those who joined in the stream, today was just Ninja Gaiden Day. We're gonna kick off Ninja Week early. The creator of Ninja Gaiden, Dead or Alive, the great Tomonobu Itagaki-san, has passed away, 58 years old. I loved him. Very, very rock starish, amazing developer. And he's made one of my favorite action games of all time, Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden 2. And the mechanics of Ninja Gaiden 2 are so stable, so amazing, that even in Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, this sticky friction, just the movement, combat, it stays alive, and that's something he's created, and absolutely adore it. So we're gonna continue on with Ninja Week. I love these games, and hopefully next time around, play a little bit of Dead or Alive 4, have some fun, and talk more about the impact of this amazing developer, and just why he was so special. Why was he so special? I said a lot on the stream today anyways, but I'll continue on, sort of like talk about the positive. Let's remember the man for what he did best, his focus on games, and you know, just some of the funniest tweets and battles he's been a part of. Hopefully we can play this, more of Ninja Gaiden 2, the original Xbox version, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, which is the remastered version, which includes this as well as the Sigma versions and has the best of both worlds, and play some Dead or Alive 4. Thank you so much to Muffin, Rewrite Miles, Samanosuke, much love. Have a blessed day. Have a great Friday. Same to you, McLaren. Same to you, Tito. Waterwash for dropping in. Rising Sun Retro there. Binkster showed up. To the wonderful people that are lurking, that didn't say anything in the chat, that just are there listening to me play this amazing action game and just talk. I love you. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Mike, take care of yourself. Know that we're still training hard with what you taught us way back. And we will call it here. Very impromptu stream. I'm glad people showed up. I was expecting nobody, but I'm very glad people did show up, and it made my day. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful afternoon, a great day, good morning, a great night, wherever you are. And we'll see you soon. And much love and all the best, guys. Take care. See you around.